City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
And good afternoon. That's right. That's right. We're back. Hit it, Rogers Hampton. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Slow jams. You know how we do. Reunited and it feels so good. That's me and Hambone right now. We hugged and cuddled. We saw each other. It was, just kind of spent some time, smelled each other, that kind of thing. Can't love your musk, your scent. No, I don't believe we've had, here you go, Rogers, fist bump. We didn't even fist bump. We didn't even hugged or shook hands or nothing. Hambone and I have been together too long. That's the problem. It's one of those deals where when you've been together long enough, you just don't worry about it anymore. Yeah. And we've clearly been together too long. All right, we're back. All right, Hamilton. Sending out the link for the YouTube. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trying to get used to this again.
I know. What has happened? What is all of this? I do not understand. Yeah, I'm sending out. Oh, no, Rogers. Oh, no, Twitter has been replaced by the X.
Yeah.
It just happened. It's the first time I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, this morning.
I mean, I know it was planning on happening, but it's the first time I've seen it. It's on the laptop. I don't think it's on the mobile app yet, though. Okay. I think it's still the Bird on the mobile app. But it is on the, look, Elon Musk just out to destroy everything. So why not, So let's see. I'm just sending out the links. PT Netherton as we get back into the world of sports. Rogers, how about this for getting back into the world of sports? You ready for this, Hambone? I'm not sure if you're ready for this or not. Do you know what happened last night in the Cleveland Guardians? Was it the Phillies? Is that who they were playing? I think it was. Where's Craig Kimbrell play now? Let's see. Rogers, let me go to my Major League Baseball scores. Go back to yesterday. And, it was, where's Bryce Harper at now? Nationals? Phillies. Yes, so it was the Phillies. Because the whole story was about Bryce Harper.
Oh, yeah, putting him on first so he doesn't get hurt.
Right, and then the first, yeah, he goes tumbling off into the wheel, the camera well.
Absolutely.
So last night, Rogers, I don't know if you heard this or not, Craig Kimbrell had not given up a run in 19 innings. He had a 19-inning scoreless streak. Guess who broke that last night, Rogers Hampton? David Fry. Former Northwestern State. We were going to have him on anyway. I mean, I've been talking about it for 2 weeks. But former Northwestern State Demon David Fry hit a solo home run in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Hits a solo shot to tie the game up. They end up going to the 10th. The Guardians gave up 4 in the 10th. Phillies ended up winning 8-5. But David Fry hit a home run to tie. Again, 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, Rogers. That's the dream stuff. And David Fry did it. So I figured, why not, Rogers? Let's have David Fry on tomorrow. So on tomorrow's show, David Fry, I don't even know what position to call him for the Guardians. He has played both corner outfield, both corner infield. He has caught and he has pitched so far in his major league career, and this is his first year of full-time major league work. with the Guardians. He's made himself quite valuable. He's a great utility man. He's played, like I said, he's played everywhere. And with him pitching in yesterday, this is a couple weeks ago, he threw the ninth. He's not a pitcher, but he threw the ninth. And with that, he has now played every position as a professional baseball player. Now, again, he's not played shortstop, center field, or second base. I don't think he's been at second with the Guardians. But he's played all three of those positions as a minor leaguer. So he has played left, center, right, third, short, second, first, catcher, pitcher. Every position as a professional. And that just shows you all the versatility in the world. David Fry just, put me in wherever I need to go. And he continues to contribute wherever he goes. And guess what, Rogers? Those hated Kansas City Royals are coming in. Adam Hester's Royals are coming into Cleveland to face David Fry and the Guardians. So, yes, David Fry will be on the show tomorrow. We're going to record the interview early, so hopefully everything goes well and everything records like it's supposed to, and we will be good to go at that point. Otherwise, we are hanging out, and we're going to talk a lot about Rogers' vacation. And I'm going to tell you what I did, where I went, because here's the thing, Hambone. I did do a lot of sports stuff while I was on vacation. We did get to do some sports things while I was gone. So we'll go over some of that. And we'll talk about, obviously, getting into media days now. The Southland Media Day was today. I was watching a lot of that today. And so we'll get into some of that, and then we'll kind of start moving towards previewing college football, right? In the NFL, we're kind of making our way that direction. Again, I'm going to try. I don't know if I will succeed, but I'm going to try to have every Division I football coach in the state of Louisiana on the show before the start of the season. And it reminds me, Rogers, I need to send out emails tonight when I get home. Yeah, email with Patty N. Yeah, PT, because that's what my mom calls me, PT. My grandmother actually used to call me Paytay, because she had a real syrupy accent. Paytay. So, yes, we will. We're going to endeavor. I don't know if we're doing. We haven't yet gotten every coach in a single season, but we're going to work on it. We're going to try, and that'll be my charge to you, is to once again try to get every coach, every Division I football coach. That means FBS and FCS. We will try to get everyone. And Rogers, I might just throw a Byron Dawson in there just for fun if I can get him lined up, since they're going to start playing a schedule this year. It's all exhibition games for them this year. They're still not full-time, but may try to talk to Byron Dawson from Centenary. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Anyway, this is the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Your name again, sir? Hodgers Rampton, is that right? My boy Rogers Hampton is here. What'd y'all end up getting last week? Like 2 days off? Y'all took Monday, Tuesday? That was it? Yeah. So you got like a 4-day weekend, basically? Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not awful, but come on, man. Take a week off. And now Hester's off. Where's he going?
San Diego.
That's where I went last year. Yeah. San Diego was our trip last year. Soccer in San Diego. We did not go watch soccer while we were out in San Diego, Rogers. I tell you this. That weather out there in San Diego, especially when you get close to the water. Here's what's crazy, though. So when you're coming into San Diego, because it was blistering hot when we went there last year. It's about the same time. It was blistering hot when we went to San Diego. So you're like driving through the desert. You're driving through Phoenix, or not really Phoenix, down south, but you're driving through Arizona, getting into California. It's all desert. And it is 95, 100 degrees. All of that. So you roll in, and I'm like, okay, so where's all this beautiful weather that I've been promised, right? Like San Diego's always 70 degrees and sunny. I was like, I'm looking at my dashboard, and it literally says 95, 97, 99. I'm like, where's this weather I was promised? and then you kind of get into San Diego and you go over the Sierra Nevada mountains and then like down into the San Diego coast. Next thing I know, I look up and it's like 72 degrees. I'm like, oh, there it is. You just have to get on the other side of the mountains. So San Diego's beautiful. Beautiful town, a lot of fun. We had a great time. We did a lot of stuff. It was actually a really good barbecue joint out there that we went to. So that was fun. But this year we did we went east, and we also went into the mountains this time. Ultimate destination was Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And so we'll talk a little bit about the trip. And again, I mixed a lot of sports into it. Seeing some sights, looking at some different things. So we did mix some sports in. I just want everyone to understand that, to know that we did indeed do that. We got some sports in there. So it is the Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. That guy over there is Rogers. I'm Patrick. Hope everyone is having themselves a wonderful day. As we get started, don't forget David Fry, the utility man for the Cleveland Guardians, former Northwestern State Demon, who had a home run, broke Craig Kimbrell's 19-inning scoreless streak last night. David Fry will join us to just chat about the journey. It's his first year in the league full-time, and we'll talk about the journey to get there and what it's been like. Hambone, he's in Houston a week from today. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, and I just can't figure out how to make it work. I'm trying every way I can think of to be like, okay, can I I don't want to take Monday off because I just took a week off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to take a week off, come back for a week, and then be like, hey, by the way, I need Monday off. I don't know. I'm going to look at it, see if there's some way I can make it work. I just don't know. And I'm trying to get Pew to go with me because Pew went to the Rangers Cleveland series, but the Rangers didn't give him any clubhouse access. So he didn't actually get to see Fry at any point. He got to watch him, but he didn't get to go and say hi to him like we did when we went with the A's. The A's gave us good clubhouse access, so we were able to go and see Aller, who's on the field before the game, all of that. Adam Aller, former Demon, who, by the way, got traded. I don't know if you saw that, Rogers. I don't remember if I remember. I don't know. I couldn't remember if it happened before I left or not. Adam Aller got traded. He is now with the Mariners, I believe. He's in Vegas now. So I think he got traded to the Mariners. I believe that's right. And he's coming off of one of his best outings in AAA. So hopefully he'll get back, when the rosters expand, maybe he can get back up. So a lot of fun stuff going on with Northwestern State baseball, and obviously football media day was today. Got to see the new quarterback for Northwestern State, Rogers, Tyler Vanderwall. Big boy, like 6'4", 220, like big frame. He followed me on Twitter also, just out of the clear blue. I don't follow him. He just followed me on Twitter out of nowhere. Or I'm sorry, X. That's what we're calling it now, X. So dumb. Elon Musk is just going to drive that thing right into the ground. And he'll lose $40 billion in doing it. Like, Rogers, at this point, I don't even want to lose $40 on something. Like, somebody'd be like, hey, you want to invest $40 in this thing? I was like, is there a chance I might ruin it? Yeah. Okay, no. I'd rather not. So what's up, everybody? How are we? Everyone doing okay? Let me check in with me. I haven't talked to y'all in a while. I haven't seen y'all in a while. I'm excited to be back. So feel free to give us a holler. A couple of ways you can do that. You can call us at 318-320-1130. That's 318-320-1130. Hello. Oh, hey, Coach O. I saw Coach O was at like a fashion show or something. Miami. Yeah, in Miami at a fashion show. Unfortunately, Coach O was in Natchitoches for the funeral of Jack Britton, one of our dear friends, and he was down there for that. I actually had a couple of people texting me that they were playing pool with him at Antunes down in Natchitoches, which is appropriate, really. So, yeah, you can reach us at 318-320-1130. That's the phone line. You can also text us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. That number is 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426, also known as the
Bobby L. Green Plumbing
text line. Find us there. Several folks have already texted in. We'll get to those coming up here in just a moment. We're also available, if you like, on YouTube. That's right, YouTube. Not on Facebook. We're on the YouTube, which means you can watch us on your TV, your Apple TV, your Roku. Rogers will occasionally watch the show on Roku. I mean, he's done it once, and that's it. That's the Alan Parsons Project camera, the eye in the sky looking down upon us. So feel free to tune in on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. We'd appreciate that. That would be cool if you do that. So feel free to give us a subscription. Again, the more numbers we get, the better our metrics and all that. The more that we can get people that will pay attention and follow and subscribe and all of that stuff. So again, we are on the YouTube app. I understand, Rogers, 1130 is back and blowing and going.
Yes.
So we finally got that all fixed. The tree on the power line or whatever. Got that all fixed, and it's back. We told you it was going to be back here before too long, and so it is, which means 103.3 FM also back in business. So a couple of good ways. But again, if you would like, you can go to YouTube. I can give you the direct link. We post it every time we do the show. But if you want the direct link, it's youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Not AT, but the @ symbol like you would use for Twitter or Instagram. So youtube.com/@Netherton Show. That will take you right to our page, and you can subscribe right there. Just hit the subscription button. The subscribe button, again, it is free. We don't charge anything. And we'd love to have you. So feel free to subscribe and watch the show on YouTube. Again, you can watch it on your phone, your tablet, but also on any of your devices, right? YouTube is on pretty much every device that's out there. So if you want to watch the show, you can watch it on your Roku, your Fire Stick, your Apple TV, whatever you got. And most of your smart TVs also have YouTube built in. So just go on there, search for us, and you'll find us, and you can watch us live. Also available on the Twitters, or I don't know, Roger. We need a new sound effect now. We can't have a tweet anymore. Now it's X. Like, it's so dumb. I did like someone who said, because they came up with the competing one that Instagram's doing called Threads, and everyone's like, Twitter's now available if you maybe want to use that as your set of Threads. If you want to just call it Twitter, so apparently it's going to be called X from now on. Which again, just dumb, stupid, but it's kind of Elon Musk's way. So on Twitter @Netherton Show, that's the main one. @HeyBoyRogers, HeyBoyRogers. Don't forget the S at the end. And then @PT Netherton, PT Netherton. Those are our Twitter handles. You can also find us, if you like, via the app, 1130 The Tiger. You can listen to us in crystal clear HD audio. It's the way I always tune in. It's a good way to do it. So again, YouTube, find us there on the live stream. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Twitter, @Netherton Show, @HeyBoyRogers, @PT Netherton. App, search for it on Google Play or iTunes App Store. Just search for 1130 The Tiger. Download it and enjoy. And now, for the first time in how many days has it been?
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkinland.
Hey, boy!
Hey, boy.
So for the first time, Rogers, in 11 days,
Hello.
Hambone gets to play his theme song. I mean, I don't know, do you play the theme song on Fletcher's show?
No,
Just us?
that's just a Brando thing with us. Yeah, no, that's just us.
What's up, man?
I don't know.
It's been 11 days.
Yeah. It was weird because I still had to like play all the commercials from 3 to 5, but they were all our commercials. But it was just during what's Gottlieb's time, but he was filling in for Cowherd some, so it was like Rich and Cavino,
Right, Cavino and Rich,
Cavino and Rich.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really different. So it wasn't just completely Gottlieb, but
Right.
yeah, it was still weird. I was able to get that last break done about 4:40, 4:45, and get out of here before
There
the
you go.
boys came in because they didn't take any time.
Well, no.
You know that Monday and Tuesday,
Right, they don't.
they had, ja, ja,
No.
ja.
Well, John was on his honeymoon.
Yeah, that was weird because that was new because
Yeah.
they hadn't decided what they were going to do.
They went to Birmingham.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't.
I went to Birmingham too, Rogers, but
I
you
mean,
know.
I know they hate LSU, but dang.
Yeah, went to Birmingham. Played golf. Had a round of golf in Birmingham on his.
It's no more summer of John.
No. I mean, it's
It's the summer of the Mr. and Mrs.
right. Summer of John and Lisa.
So I guess he's still gone, is what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't know if he's back or not.
So it
but
might
they
just
were-
be Bonsai
Could
today.
be.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ja.
No.
Ja.
No.
Ja.
No.
Ja.
Internet hadn't been invented yet,
Yeah.
so I don't know what's going on. So how are you, man? Did you make it through
I'm
11
okay.
days?
Like I said, except for the 2 days off, it was basically a normal week.
Okay.
It kind of was a screwed up week because all of a sudden when you start on a
Yeah, Wednesday, I think it's Monday.
and then the hooking up and tracking down guys were back after their 2 weeks off, so I had to kind of get used to, we run the board through here when they're here live.
Right.
So it just kind of was a weird day. The next thing you know, it was Friday, and time to have a couple days off.
Yeah, all right.
And then I
little
forgot
bit
that
came in.
A little bit did. I didn't know
Yeah.
she was going to, but it was one of those deals where she was like, I don't have as much work to do on Friday as I thought. I may come in. I was like, well, come on in, do it. She goes, it might be a couple more weeks before I'm able to come in. I said, well, you're welcome here. So that was kind of a very pleasant surprise. And got to spend almost all day with her Saturday.
Good.
She decided not to go hit the lake with her mom. She's just not a lake person like I am. Just it's 150 degrees. Why do I want to get out and sweat?
Yeah.
And
That's the thing
Yeah.
with me and the beach.
yeah, no,
Everyone's like, I want to go to the beach. I was
No.
like, okay, so you want me to sweat
yeah.
and
Get
sit in
sand
the
in my
sand?
yeah. No, I grew up going to Galveston, and it was fun because my mom liked it, but there were times that I really started turning
Yeah.
toward that. And then when Jaws came out in '75, I didn't take a bath for a year and a half. I took a shower.
Oh.
I was
Shark can't come out of the shower head,
Well,
Rogers.
that movie scared me so bad because since I realized I had grown up going out into a dark water ocean that I couldn't see anything coming at me.
And shark attacks are up this year.
Big time.
Yeah, they're up this year. So,
I mean, global warming.
Rogers, you know where there aren't sharks?
Land?
Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Land
Unless
shark.
you're watching
Right.
Sharknado.
Or if, Saturday Night Live.
That's true.
Land shark. Telegram.
Candygram.
Candygram, that's right.
So, all right, let's take a break and let's get to some vacation details.
Okay, I got a lot to get through. And again, I did do some sports. I mixed some sports in there with my regular vacation. And got to meet Dolly Parton. I wish. No, that would have been amazing. No, I was at Dollywood. I just wish she would have been there. It would have been amazing. All right, so some sports, some entertainment, all of that. Your texts when we come back on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. Our show brought to you by Bobby L. Green Plumbing and 2 John Steak and Seafood. Glad to be back. And we'll recap the whole week when we come back on the Patrick Netherton Show.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for 2 John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's 2 John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
At Rejuvenate, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy. giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuve-Me. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuve-Me.
Hi, I'm Ava Cates, Secretary of the Louisiana Workforce Commission, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the Tech Ready Louisiana program. Tech Ready Louisiana is a tool for everyone. We are pleased to partner with Coursera, an online learning platform to provide Louisianians access to over 6,000 free courses to help you navigate a tech-ready world. You can access Coursera by visiting our website or visit one of our local offices. Are you tech ready? Let's get started.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Workforce Commission.
School on! Save on!
Back to school is on, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for your best year yet. Save on notebooks. Save on headphones and laptops. Save on pens, markers, and all the essentials. And right now at Staples, save up to 60% on select notebooks, markers, and more. School on, save on at Staples, where school savings are always in session. N729. Prices may vary in-store and online.
Now boarding non-stop flights coast to coast from Shreveport Regional Airport.
That's right. This summer, you can fly non-stop to Los Angeles, California, or to the beach in sunny Destin, Florida, or to family fun in Orlando, Florida from Shreveport Regional Airport. Great low fares are available right now on flights all summer long. Book your tickets at Allegiant.com. Shreveport Regional Airport. More flights to more destinations more often, coast to coast.
Hi, we're Comparion Insurance Agency. Right now you're thinking, Comparion, never heard of them. We know. We also know that you have no idea that Comparion Insurance agents are local and provide expert advice. So to help it stick, we're going to say local agent 4 times in the next 15 seconds. Ready? Go. Our local agents know you and your community. Our local agents offer insurance from top carriers. Our local agents have minty fresh breath.
Find us at ComparionInsurance.com. Comparion Insurance Agency. Local agents, expert advice.
And there's number 4.
The biggest pop culture event of the year is almost here. Shreveport's Comic-Con GeekCon returns this August. Coming back to the Shreveport Convention Center August 18th through the 20th. Meet legendary filmmaker Kevin Smith.
Hey Louisiana, it's me Kevin Smith and I am coming to GeekCon. I'm going to be there geeking out with y'all, taking pictures, signing stuff. Right in Shreveport, kids. Shreveport, Louisiana. I'll see you there.
Tickets are on sale now at Eventbrite and at GeekCon.com. You can also buy tickets in person at Excalibur Comics on East 70th in Shreveport and Gamers XP on Shreveport-Barksdale Highway in Shreve City. You can get autographs and take pictures with stars from WWE, Disney, Star Wars, the cast of Steven Universe, and more. See the complete lineup and get your tickets at GeekCon.com. Shreveport's Comic-Con is back this August. Find all the details at GeekCon.com.
Mac McCarter has been making Shreveport Bossier better for many years. Community renewal.
We got a deal, the only one, so make it as soon as you can. Yeah, Chevy Land whispering in your ear, telling you the price that you wanna hear, 'cause it's true. Chevy Land cares about you. Chevy Land cares about you.
Mac McCarter has been making Shreveport Bossier better for many, many years. Community renewal, making Shreveport Bossier a more welcoming, more inviting, healthier, friendlier place, one house at a time, one neighbor at a time, one block, one neighborhood, one community. Community renewal, 318-425-3222, communityrenewal.us. See what you can do to help make Shreveport Bossier better than ever before.
Tiger weather now.
Some hot temperatures, but lower dew points, so hopefully we will not see those heat advisories, but we're still looking at some blistering temperatures. Now for today, pretty much on average, mid-90s with sunshine. Tonight clear, overnight low 74. Tomorrow sunny, going up to 98, and then upper 90s again Wednesday. Jeff Eno at the Weather Channel.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke, Patrick Netherton.
Yeah, Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30, The Tiger. Grr, grr, grr. Rogers is nodding along with Field of Dreams. When they're nodding at each other, he's nodding. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing very well. Rogers Hampton. That's him. Almost forgot his name. Patrick Netherton, that's me. Almost forgot my name. What's up, everybody? Just back from vacation. I'm going to read a couple of text messages, and then I'm going to tell you about what went down over the last week. A lot of adventures. Let's see. Cupcake on Wednesday said, glad I can hear you on AM again. You're the Howard Stern of the Shreveport market. And then 3 minutes later, Rogers, he texted, my apologies for not realizing you're off today. Okay. Cocky Cockaboose just texted centenary with a bunch of exclamation marks. We might, again, I don't know yet. I'm going to send emails out and we'll kind of see, depending on how everybody responds, we'll see. Double J said Patrick goes to Tennessee and they immediately announce hundreds of NCAA infractions against the Volunteers. I see why you didn't come home with a Rocky Top t-shirt. You know what? I honestly don't really care about having a Tennessee shirt. The one thing that we didn't do that I really am disappointed we didn't do is, and we'll get to Dollywood, but at Dollywood, Rogers, they had one of those airbrush t-shirt spots. And I really wanted to get us matching airbrush t-shirts that were, it said like Gatlinburg 2023 guys trip, whatever. I don't know. I really want to do something like that. We got a caricature, which Hambone, I'll let you've met all of my friends. You tell me, Hambone, is this a good or bad caricature of the four of us? You tell me, my friend. Yeah, it's kind of.
You're the worst.
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think it looks like me very much.
David.
Yeah, David, you can see. No, Scott and I look terrible up in the top. Jeff and David look good, look fine.
David looks.
Yeah.
I almost got him down with that nose.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know.
He do you laugh?
No, it was a she. She all of us. It was whatever.
This is nowhere near that.
Yeah.
Jolly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
Double J said it sucks you didn't get to see Airwolf. If Elon Musk were to invite you over for a ride in his replica, would you go? Well, it depends. Is it a working replica? B, is it going to be a licensed pilot with experience? Or is it Elon? Does Elon also think he can fly a helicopter? He also, Roger, sent me a very, very sharp, really well-crafted Photoshop of Airwolf with Ernest Borgnine and me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Rogers, when I tell you, it's really a really good... there, I'll show it to you, Rogers. You tell me, man. How good is that Photoshop job of me in there? Yeah, he was clearly not intending to do it well. Yeah, yeah. He was clearly not intending for it to be good, but looks good. Yeah, it looks better than the caricature. Marco said I was out of town for a few days, came back, and 11:30 was working again. Thank God. Well, no, thank our engineers. They're the ones who did it. And I think Greg went out there and did a bunch of work, didn't he? Or did I? He said, I don't know if I couldn't tell if he was kidding. He said he went out there and did a bunch of work and was, sweaty and covered in poison ivy or something. I don't know. He said he went and did. I couldn't tell if he was joking or not.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Jamie G said, I got a text from Double J early this morning. Patrick got pulled over driving 86 and a 70. Told the cop he's a big star on ESPN Plus. Got ticketed anyway. Well, number one, I would never say that. The way that I get out of tickets is I beat them after the fact, right? I call in the powerful folks later to go in and work on my behalf. I don't, I never, I am all yes, sir, no, sir, completely compliant, whatever. I let them go ahead and do their thing, and then I I deal with it afterwards. All right, did I miss any texts? Let me double check, make sure. I don't know if anybody sent a message on the YouTube page. No, they did not. All right, Rogers, here we go. All right, you ready for this? If you have any questions, feel free to stop me along the way, Rogers, and ask any questions. Okay. All right, so the trip started went to Memphis, stayed overnight in Memphis. That was just a trip to Memphis. Got a hotel room. Just wanted to get kind of 5 hours out of the way. Got up on Saturday, not like 2 days ago, but a week ago, and got up and went to Martin, Tennessee, up in the northwest corner of Tennessee. That's where, Rogers, we've had Blake Stoker on, little Blake, you remember him, and we've had Blake on. He had a barbecue food truck in Martin, Tennessee, doing Texas barbecue in a place that doesn't get a lot of Texas barbecue, and now he took over a mill, and an old mill that was abandoned, and renovated it, and now he is doing terrific work at it's Blake's at Southern Milling, and he's doing barbecue, he's doing brunch, he's got a whole bar with all kind of alcohol. He's got a whole thing going. So I go in there and order. He's got a smoked cream cheese appetizer with seasoned crackers. So like, saltine crackers, but they've got seasoning on them. And then he seasons a block of cream cheese, puts it in the oven, smokes it, and that was an appetizer. It was delicious. So I ordered that, and then all of a sudden, Rogers, they come out with, oh, by the way, Blake, he like literally stuck his head. He was working. I texted him. He knew I was there. He was working, so he popped his head out. He found me in the bar. I was sitting at one of the bar tables. He finds me at the bar. He's like, hey, Patrick, what's up? I'm like, hey, dude. And he goes right back in. Then next thing you know, here comes, Rogers, a cracker with pimento cheese on it and a burnt end. And they were like, hey, Blake wanted me to send this out to you. Well, it was delicious, as you would expect. And I'm not a big pimento cheese guy. Like, I can kind of take it or leave it. But his pimento cheese was good. So I had that. And then, so the waiter comes back out, the server comes back out and is like, hey, would you like do you want to order? Or Blake has said he would like to fix you a platter and send it out. And I'm like, well, who's going to say no to that? Like, yeah, tell him to send me a platter. So a few minutes goes by. I'm just sitting there drinking Diet Coke. As it turns out, Rogers, I was sitting next to Blake's mom, who I had met before at the old restaurant. She was working. She was doing desserts for him at the old food truck. Well, she was sitting right next to me. It was like Blake's mom right there. Like, that was cool. And then there was Blake's grandfather sitting at the table. So we had a whole chat. It was great. Couldn't have been nicer. And he sends out the big platter, which, Rogers, I will show you. Let's see. Here you go, Hambone. That's the cream cheese and the seasoned crackers, the smoked cream cheese and the seasoned crackers. Really good. And then there's the pimento cheese cracker with burnt end on it. And then there's the platter he sent out. And the platter is a slice of brisket, turkey, ribs. There were potato, there was pulled pork, potato kind of casserole kind of thing. And also has a fried chicken finger and French toast, because it was brunch on a Saturday. Okay. So all of that, and then of course had to get some nanner pudding. So I got me some nanner pudding, and went in and said hi to Blake real quick. He was back in the back working. Went in and said hi, got a pic. Barbecue shirt. Yeah, had my Riverport barbecue shirt on. But Rogers, it's really a beautiful building. If you're ever up in the Martin, Tennessee area, I highly recommend. No, it's beautiful. It's a big spot too. No, he's. I mean, he's going to be in Texas in a couple of weeks to come in, but he's, yeah. So then, Rogers, I had a decision to make. All right, I'm done with Blake's at Southern Milling. It was great, but I've got to be in Charlotte the next morning. At least as far as I know at this point, I've got to be in Charlotte in the next morning. So I have a decision to make. Hambone, do I stop in Clarksville, Tennessee? Do you know what's in Clarksville, Tennessee, Rogers?
You told me, but I forgot.
Well, it's the last train, comes there. But B, Rogers, that is the home of Let's Go P. Austin P. Is in Clarksville, Tennessee. And who is at Austin P now, Rogers Hampton? Corey Gibson.
Your boy.
Big P.
Big P.
So Corey Gibson, the former Northwestern State basketball coach who was here for last year, then left to go. And again, it was his alma mater. And I kept telling everyone, when I was like, oh, no, he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. I'm like, hey, it's his alma mater, man.
That's what I thought.
Like, that's the place that you have to worry about. It's the alma mater. They are they've put money into their basketball program. And Rogers, I just so happened to show up on the ribbon cutting for their new basketball facility.
Are you serious?
I didn't even know that, but it was the ribbon cutting for their new facility.
Wow!
And it is beautiful.
Wow!
It is a beautiful facility. So I went back there. Coach Gibson gave us the tour. I got to go down on the floor, went into the locker rooms, and got to see Gip a little bit. We hung out. And then Rogers, he said, before you leave, you need to go to this burger place that's like world famous. I can't remember what the name of it is now. It's like you need to go to this world famous burger place because they have a fried honey bun with ice cream on top.
Ooh, that sounds
and I'm like, you don't tell me twice. So, Rogers, we go to this place, which, interestingly enough, really reminded me of Strawn's, of all places. Like, very Strawn's vibe. A griddle, like bar stools. Yeah, we went together after I was done. And Hambone, I got a fried honey bun with ice cream on top, and it was delicious.
That looks really good.
Yeah, it was damn good. And of course, I wasn't hungry because I had just eaten at Blake's Barbecue, so I wasn't hungry at all. But I was like, oh, if you're gonna offer me a fried honey bun with some ice cream, I'm gonna take it. So sure enough, went to Clarksville, Tennessee. Got to see the new Austin P facility. Got to see Corey Gibson and some of his staff, and it was awesome. It was great to see him. Really nice. And so then I took off, Rogers, headed to Charlotte, past Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
Oh, wow.
Took a quick photo from the interstate. Did not stop in Nashville. Just kept on going. Kept on rolling all the way to somewhere that I ended up staying. I don't remember. Somewhere west of Charlotte. Found a hotel room. Stayed there. Got up the next day. So the next day, Rogers, is Charlotte. And I've got two things that I've got to accomplish in Charlotte. One, I have to go see the SEC Network studios and my boy Peter Burns of SEC Network, Baton Rouge guy, big LSU guy. He's in Charlotte. He's going to take me on a tour of the SEC Network studios. My other thing in Charlotte was I was going to meet Todd Blackledge, the color analyst formerly of ABC, now with NBC. He's doing Big Ten games with Ian Eagle's kid, Noah Eagle. So I happen to know his wife. She was a stage manager for ESPN for a long time, which meant she was the person in the booth that hands the cards to the play-by-play guy. Hey, don't forget coming up, reading all the promos and all that stuff. And that's where she met Todd, and they fell in love and got married. Well, so I was going to go to Charlotte. I was going to get the tour of the SEC studios. The SEC Network studios from Peter Burns, and then I was going to meet up with Todd Blackledge and his wife. First, I met my buddy Jeff, which was part of the reason I was there. We hung out a little bit, we bowled, and then Rogers, we ended up in the SEC Network studios. And Peter Burns gave us the tour. We ended up going on the Paul Feinbaum set. Oh. Got to hang out on Paul Feinbaum's set for just a little bit. Okay. Yep, and then there's the Marty and McGee set. That's kind of rustic with the, animals and all that stuff. Okay. There's their normal set where they, do their normal talking head stuff. Yeah, pregame, postgame. And then we went through the hallway of helmets. They got helmets for every Division I school in the country in that hallway. Yep. And then Peter Burns and I posed in front of the ESPN logo made out of red Solo cups. That's the front entrance, and then there's Peter and I. He only had like 15 minutes. He was literally catching a flight to Nashville to go to the SEC Media Days, which are this past week.
That's right, that was last week, yeah.
So he didn't really have a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, if you'll, get up here at 2:00," and he's like, "I got 15 minutes." I'm like, "Fine, I'll take it. I got nothing else to do." So then I did that. Got the tour of the SEC network, got to see everything. That was cool. Told them I was on ESPN Plus, just so they knew. Like, I'm on the same network you guys are.
Where's my show?
That's right. So did that, and then went and at that point, Todd and Brittany Blackledge were at home, and they were like, "Just come to the house." I was like, "All right, tell me to come to Todd Blackledge's house, I guess. Cool." So we go to Todd Blackledge's house. We got a little candid with him. Me and Jeff got a quick candid with him. And then got to hang out with him and his wife, who I know. Again, I knew her from years ago. And their dog, which they have a little dog named Daphne Marie. And I had to get a picture with Daphne Marie because she's a star. I mean, she's really a star. And Rogers, I'm sitting there. This is to me the best part of the entire trip. So we're sitting in their living room, right? Which is like kind of weird to start with, that you're just sitting in Todd Blackledge's living room. But we're sitting in their living room, and it's like, there's like a love seat, like small couch here. Then that, it's going this direction, and then there's a regular couch that's perpendicular to it, making kind of an L shape, and then there's like a chair. And Brittany's in the love seat. Me and my buddy Jeff are on the couch. Todd's over there in the chair. We're all just chatting it up, talking about whatever. And I look behind me, Rogers, and in the corner of the room behind me is the 1982 Davy O'Brien Award trophy from when Todd Blackledge at Penn State was the best quarterback in the country. It is a crazy trophy. It's like he's kind of off balance or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm like, and I told him, I said, I really struggle with where to put my national awards that I've got. My honorable mention, Louisiana Sports Writers Association certificate doesn't really stand up to the Davy O'Brien trophy. Oh, my gosh. But they couldn't have been nicer. Todd was a gem. His wife, again, I've known his wife for a while. Just they're sweethearts, absolute sweethearts. Their dogs were great. They have 3 dogs who are fantastic. It was all just it was all spectacular, Rogers. It really was. Their home they just moved into their house like a year ago. They were still kind of renovating it and doing things to it. Beautiful home in Charlotte. So got done with that, and then Rogers, I had not eaten yet. This is about 3:00 in the afternoon, and I hadn't eaten because I woke up and I needed to get to Charlotte, where I met Jeff, and they were at like a kind of a barcade kind of place, like a bar arcade, and it has that. I don't know if you've ever seen the little duck pin bowling before, where it's like a really short lane and you have like almost a shot put size ball, and you roll, and the pins are all on strings. So you knock the pins over, and then the strings pick them up. And then you put down, and it registers what got knocked over, and it puts down whatever pins are left, and you bowl again. And you actually get three bowls. You get 3 turns at every, and it's weird. It's kind of different. I ended up winning. But I hadn't eaten. So I was like, you know what, Rogers? I actually asked Brittany, I'm like, hey, is there a Bojangles anywhere around here? Because I'd heard so much about Bojangles. It's basically, Rogers, stop me if you heard this before, chicken and biscuits. Heard that before? Yeah, Popeyes. So they're like, yeah, there's like a Bojangles a half a mile down the road. I'm like, that's where we're eating. So we stopped in at Bojangles. We ate. The biscuits were great. The chicken was not bad. We just got chicken strips because we were driving and it was kind of awkward. Chicken strips were great. The biscuits were great. I'll still take Popeyes all day long. So we go to Bojangles. And then we left from Charlotte to drive to Gatlinburg. And let me tell you something, Hambone. Gatlinburg is a tourist trap. If you've never been, and I had never been before, my God. It is like the main strip that like goes through Gatlinburg is bumper to bumper traffic. Really? It is people walking on the sidewalks 4 deep. Like I've never seen anything like it before, especially for a quote unquote small town, right? Because you're kind of up in the mountains, you're in the Smokies, and I'm thinking, oh well, Gatlinburg, there'll be some people here, right? I didn't expect it to be what it was. It was insane. So that was Rogers. We only went to Gatlinburg twice the entire time we were there because we were staying up in the mountains. It was like 10 miles away. And so we basically just avoided Gatlinburg the rest of the time. So went in, we ate. All our buddies were there. We met up, we ate, just kind of a local place. It was good, little local bar and grill. We went up to the cabin. We stayed at the cabin. We get up the next day, Rogers, and the next day is Knoxville and the University of Tennessee. So we're waiting to go. Bill Martin, who used to be the SID at LSU, is now he used to be the assistant SID at LSU. Now he's the head SID at Tennessee. He's arranged to give us a tour of Neyland Stadium. I've never been to Neyland, never been to Knoxville. Looking forward to it. So we go into Knoxville in that morning, and he's like, hey, be there at, I think he said 12:30 maybe. So he said, I got like 30 minutes. Because he was getting ready to leave for Nashville to go to SEC Media Days. Like, I lucked out in getting everybody before, they could have all been in Nashville when I showed up. So we end up going to Knoxville, which was about a 45-minute, hour drive. We get to Knoxville. We start with, because we're there early. We're not meeting Bill until like 12:30, whatever it was. And so we're starting early, so we went to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Never been there before. Obviously never been to Knoxville. So we go to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. It was cool. Honestly, the most fun part of it was they had courts and balls that you could actually just sit there and shoot. So we did the whole tour. We looked at all the memorabilia and everything. And then we basically just went down on the court and shot and played horse, pig, really. Had a bunch of fun doing that. Rogers, I got to take my picture with Leon Barmore, which was awesome. He wasn't there. No, his picture was on the wall. No, Leon wasn't there. We took a picture with Leon on the wall. Then we go meet Bill Martin at Neyland Stadium. And I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go into the locker room. We're going to go down on the field, right? We're going to go maybe up to the press box. And I'm thinking that'll be it. So what did we do? We went to the locker room, and we went on the field, and we went in the press box. And then, Rogers, he had a surprise for us. Did not expect this at all. We start climbing stairs outside the press box. Like, we're still inside the thing, but we're not in the actual press box, but we're still in the, building, the press box facility, if you will. And we start climbing, and sure enough, Hambone, we pop out on the roof of Neyland Stadium. Oh, my God. So I'm like, okay, this is wild. Hey, yeah, this is really high. And there's not really, there's not really a lot of rails up there, because people aren't really supposed to be on the roof of Neyland Stadium. So we're up there, and the reason we're up there, Rogers, is because, I don't know if you know this or not, but Neyland Stadium sits right next to the Tennessee River. That's why they refer to it as the Vol Navy. Well, sitting right there next to the Tennessee River, we walk out to get on top of the press box, and Rogers, we started taking pictures, and the thing that was bad about it, Hambone, was the Canadian wildfire smoke was sitting over Tennessee, and Bill's like, guys, I'm sorry, you don't really have a view up here. He's like, you can see the Tennessee River, and you can kind of see the start of the Smoky Mountains. He said, but normally you can see miles back there on a clear day, and it's just the mountains and ridges. He said it's beautiful. Another story he told me was the new athletic director, Danny White, came in, and actually put the Vols, the VOLS sign. Remember they used to have that up on the end zone, the orange VOLS sign? Well, they apparently took that down at some point within the last, decade or whatever. And the new AD came in and said, no, we're putting that back up. And so they put the Vols sign back up. And there you go, Hambone. There's the view from atop the press box on at Neyland Stadium. It is way up there, my friend. But we went down on the field. We went to, and there's Bill Martin. I don't know if you care about seeing Bill Martin, but yeah, he does look like EH, except he's a shorter version. But Bill's a great dude, great human, and was real again nice enough to give us some time. There you go, Hambone. There's the field level.
Okay.
We got down on the field to a little better. I tell you what, though, brother, they're renovating that stadium right now. It's in the process. It's undergoing renovations right now, and they're actually reducing the capacity of the stadium. It's going down by like 2,000 or 3,000 seats because they're putting in this new club level seat that is down. See at the bottom? Yeah. It's like basically a luxury suite that's on the field level. And that is like the new thing. And they're putting in some new stuff in the end zones. This is where Tennessee runs out. They got a big orange tee and all that. It's beautiful, man. It really is. It was a beautiful, beautiful spot. So we did Neyland Stadium, did the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, ate at a barbecue joint on the Tennessee River in Knoxville, which was delightful, and called Calhoun's Barbecue. It's really good. I was impressed. We went and did Topgolf. Went and saw an old school. Rogers, did Lord Hester perhaps tell you anything about me sending him pictures of memorabilia while I was there? So Hambone, we went to an old school video store, it was like a mixture of a Blockbuster and a kind of like a gift shop, but it was for like old stuff and like horror movies and stuff like that. And Hambone, they had a bunch of figurines that you could buy. They would have like the Swamp Thing, or they would have whatever. And 4 of the figurines were from Red Dawn.
Oh my God.
And there was the only 4 figurines for Red Dawn. It's just those 4. It was Patrick Swayze's character. It was his little brother Charlie Sheen. It was the girl, Leah Thompson, and then it was the evil Colonel.
Was it the main one or the guy that was more Spanish?
I think it was the Spanish guy because he's listed as Colonel Ernesto Bella.
Yeah. That's not the other one was Russian.
Yeah. So those are the only 4 action figures you could get from the Red Dawn franchise. I sent them to Hester, and he's like, okay, I normally would have you buy them for me immediately, but I'm actually selling a bunch of my stuff, so we're not doing that. We went to Topgolf and did that. We went back to Pigeon Forge and did a little mini golf. And then Rogers, the next day, as we're getting ready to leave, we had a visitor at the cabin. A bear. Now, it was a kind of a small bear. We weren't messing with it. We weren't like, oh, it's a small bear, let's go hug it. It was a smallish bear, but that sucker was just right up in our cabin, just hanging out. Like, no fear. All right, Hambone, let's take a break. I know we need to get a break in before 4 o'clock, and then I will wrap this trip up, I promise, in the next segment. We still got to, we got a little bit more barbecue to get to, whitewater rafting, and Rogers, Dollywood, which I kept calling Dolly World. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
At Rejuve, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuve Me. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Getting to know Trey Rogers. Who is the man behind Landers?
There's a guy living behind the dealership.
No. Like, what made you fall in love with selling vehicles?
Oh, that's easy. It's the Make This the Summer event that's going on at Landers right now, where they have $12,000 off MSRP on a 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie.
Hold on. It's supposed to be an interview. It's not a commercial.
Oh, okay.
When did you know that this was the right career path for you?
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It's when I saw that Landers had 1.9% APR for 72 months plus $5,000 off MSRP on a 2023 Jeep Gladiator Sport.
Hold on. Have you always been obsessed with helping people in the Arklatex save money?
It's not hard to be obsessed. When Landers has 2.9% for 72 months plus $4,000 off MSRP on 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredos.
I don't think this interview is really working for us.
Well, just remember this.
Okay.
If it doesn't say Landers, you probably paid too much.
You totally ruined this interview.
Are you sick and tired of political correctness? Listen to the Hookin' Up and Trackin' Down show every Wednesday at 11 o'clock and Saturday mornings at 6. We're anything but politically correct as we deliver the latest news of the great outdoors. The Hookin' Up and Trackin' Down show can be heard on AM 1130 The Tiger or FM 101.3. Tune us in.
Tiger weather now.
Some hot temperatures, but lower dew points, so hopefully we will not see those heat advisories, but we're still looking at some blistering temperatures. Now, for today, pretty much on average, mid-90s with sunshine. Tonight, clear. Overnight, low 74. Tomorrow, sunny, going up to 98, and then upper 90s again Wednesday. Jeff Eno at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick. That's us. Our show brought to you by our good friends at Bobby L. Green Plumbing and Two John Steak and Seafood. Hambone Friday lunch is almost, well, no, it's not. It's Monday. Oh, brother. No, Friday lunch will be here before you know it, but Two John's is closed today. Closed on Mondays. But they are still the place to go if you want the finest in dining in Shreveport-Bossier. Even when they're closed, Rogers, they're the best place to go. Just go sit outside in the parking lot and wait on them to open tomorrow. Look, it's so good at Two John's. Steak, seafood, salads, sides, you name it. They've got it at Two John's Steak and Seafood. Just fabulous food, all up and down. Finest in dining. Can't recommend it highly enough. Go check them out. 2151 Airline Drive, just north of the railroad tracks. They are absolutely spectacular. So go see them. Not today. They're closed today. But tomorrow, 4 o'clock, happy hour. 5 o'clock, menu service. It's when dinner service starts. And then Friday lunch. Rogers, what do you think? Do you think I will get... I have not asked Big John if he would like to once again do the Two Johns Upset Special for this coming football season. Hambo, do you believe I will get the 3 remaining gift cards and send them before the new season? Potentially. Again, I haven't asked him if he wants to do it again. I'm assuming he would, but I haven't asked yet. Will I get the last 3 remaining Two Johns gift certificates out before the potential new season of the Two Johns Upset Special happens? What do you think? You don't like it? You don't like the odds?
Right now, I don't.
Not right now. Hambo does not like the odds. I'm going to try. Rogers, my goal is to have it done before August and to get those out so that whoever has them can enjoy them in the month of August before the new season, potentially, of the Two Johns Upset Special happens. We're going to work on it. 2151 Airline Drive, just north of railroad tracks. Fantastic work, fantastic food. Great drinks. Wine list is second to none. They actually got tabbed by Wine Spectator as one of the best lists in the entire state. So I'm telling you, just go check them out. Not today because they're closed, but every other day, go check out Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive. And when you go, tell Big John that we said hello, that we sent you. All right, let's finish up the trip, Rogers. We are Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. And so the end of our trip, we go to Knoxville. We do that, Top Golf. We come back to Pigeon Forge that night and played at a couple of putt-putt places, which was fun. Or it was one putt-putt place. We just did 2 different courses. So we do that. We head back to the cabin. We're just hanging out or whatever. And the last full day that we have is Dollywood, which I kept calling Dolly World for some reason. I don't know why. Kind of like Wally World, I guess. Yeah. But I kept calling it Dolly World. So we go to Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, which I guess I found out, Rogers, later, it was like an old, it's like an old Magic Springs or something. And so I kind of was like, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Right? Is it going to be really awesome and fun? Is it going to be like 2 roller coasters? I just didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. So we get to Dolly World. It is, again, I just said Dolly World. We get to Dollywood, and it is bigger than I expected. And, of course, Rogers, that should be the motto of Dollywood, right? Dollywood, bigger than you expected. So there are a bunch of roller coasters, including some like loop-de-loop roller coasters I don't like. I don't like going upside down. So I avoided those. But the very first thing we did when we got there is we rode a thing called the Thunder Mountain. Let me see, Rogers. Thunderhead. It was called Thunderhead. And so we rode it. It is one of the biggest and fastest wooden roller coasters that you'll have. Now, what did it do, Rogers? Didn't go upside down, which that was my main thing. I don't want to be upside down. I don't want to be strapped in like on my shoulders. I think I told that story before I left, where I went on the Manhattan Express in Vegas and I was too big. So when they put the shoulder harness over me, like, it instead of it being down on my shoulders by my neck, it was up on my head. Oh, good God. And so I literally my head just bounced back and forth. This was in Vegas years ago. And I basically got a concussion from it. So I didn't want to have that happen again. But this was a wooden roller coaster. So, wooden roller coasters don't go upside down, basically. So I'm like, cool. The only thing I know about wooden roller coasters, though, is they are not smooth. They are they're very jarring. Like, you shake a lot. Now, I'm thinking, okay, how bad can it be, right? It's a wooden roller coaster. It can't go that fast. It can't be that crazy. Rogers, it was that fast and it was that crazy, my friend. That was a ride. And so, sure enough, we're going. And here's the thing that they do on roller coasters now that they used to not do, Hambone, and maybe you can speak to this. I don't know. So remember on old roller coasters, right? You would get on the right, the clackety thing going up, taking you to the top. And then you go over the top and you go down. But I never felt like there was a lot of turning while you were going down.
No, wooden ones are usually
right. You go down and then you go down up. And then you turn.
Yeah, turn then up,
right,
then dip.
Right,
turn then up, then dip. Because I grew up going on the Cyclone in Houston at Astroworld.
This was not that.
And then the Giant at Six Flags.
Yeah, the Texas Giant. Yeah. This was not that, Rogers. This mofo was turning in the middle of drops. Like, you would get to the top and you would go down, and I'm expecting to get to the bottom and then turn, which is kind of, that's it. No, halfway down, you're turning. It was some of the craziest stuff I've ever, and you're like, half the time I was levitating, even though I've got the thing in my lap or whatever, I'm like levitating. So Rogers, I'm going to show you they take a candid photo, as you're riding.
Oh, good God, yes.
And then they give you the option to buy it.
To buy it after.
Yeah, so there's me and David and Jeff riding. And they asked me, they were like, why are you hunched over? Because I'm kind of hunched over. And they're like, why are you hunched over? I said, because I was ducking. Now, are they going to devise a ride that would decapitate a 6'4" human? No.
But it seemed
it looked like it. And so I'm like crouching down, and Rogers, I'm just saying, I'm taking the Lord's name in vain repeatedly.
That's the wrong name to take in vain, man.
Brother, that's all I could think to say was, GD, just the whole way. I'm like, it was fun, but it was wild. And so by the time I got done on the Thunderhead, my heart was out of rhythm. I was like arrhythmic at that point, which I knew my heart would pop back into rhythm pretty quickly. But I was arrhythmic and when I got off, and I had a headache because that thing's so shaky. It shakes so much when you're on it.
My joke growing up riding that, of course, we were young and it didn't matter, is that one, it either fixes your back problem or it gives you a back problem. Those wooden roller coasters are not easy to ride. And I used to just ride the Cyclone at Astroworld over and over. And depending on where you sat, were you in the front right there?
No, I was.
Front?
No, I was.
That's
I was
just when
in
they took the picture.
Yeah, I was in like the third or fourth car or something like that.
What I had found out, if you're in the front car, it's not as bad.
Right.
If you're in that back one, it comes off the track.
Yeah. Well, it was.
And I only did that a few times. Like, I'm going to go back toward the middle.
No, it was it was wild. And so we did that. The main thing we took away from Dolly World or Dollywood, I should say, is the cinnamon bread is delicious.
Okay.
I knew going in that we would need. We were supposed to eat the cinnamon bread, and we did. The other thing we did, and Rogers, I need to back up because the thing we did the day before was we went whitewater rafting, which is now the second time that I've been whitewater rafting. I went in Colorado a few years ago, and then went here in Tennessee. It was not too crazy. It's a reasonably smooth river. It was not like level 5 rapids or anything like that, but it was fun. We had a good time. Now here's kind of one of those weird coincidences, and Rogers, I know you'll love this. So, because it's the raft holds 6 people plus the guide, we had 4. And so the real question was, all right, we're going to just go with us 4, or were they going to put someone in the raft with us? Last time we had one guy in the raft with us, and we took one. They take a bunch of pictures while you're on the water, and they took one picture, and it was there was one picture they took where the guy was just completely gone. You couldn't see him at all. He was hiding, like he was behind someone. He wasn't like out of the raft. Oh. No, he didn't fall out or anything. Oh, no, but you couldn't see him behind someone. So that was the picture we kind of chose as our photo for that trip because it was just the 4 of us, right? And the guide. Well, Hambone, we got introduced to 2 gentlemen who showed up named John and Eric. All right? They were from Champaign, Illinois. And very nice gentlemen. They ended up riding up in the front. So they're the 2 gentlemen in the front. One of them has kind of a ZZ Top beard going on. John and Eric Moody from Champaign, Illinois. Which Moody, obviously Moody Mac, my guy Tyler Moody. The rest of us were in there, and then we had our guide. So it's calm water, and then there's some rapids, and then it's calm water, and then there's some rapids. And so during the times when we're just drifting down the calm parts, we're just chatting, right? Getting to know them. And, I'm cracking jokes. I'm telling them about the show. They're like, hey, yeah, we'll follow on, we'll go check you out on YouTube and watch the show, whatever. And then you kind of go your separate ways, think nothing of it. So John and Eric, cool, great time on the raft. That was neat. And we move about our separate ways. Who knows if they actually subscribe to the YouTube channel? I don't have any idea. So we're driving back, and we're going into Gatlinburg to then head back to the cabin. And all of a sudden, Rogers, I'm driving, I'm in my truck, and all of a sudden someone starts honking at us in Gatlinburg. It's John and Eric from the raft. They're next to us in a car that just happened to run into each other in Gatlinburg, and they're like, one of them's out like, hey, what's up, guys? Like waving at us out of the window, and we're like, what's up, man? How you doing? Like we're waving at it, whatever. Just randomly driving in Gatlinburg, like so weird, such a weird coincidence, right?
That is weird.
Very strange. So then Rogers, we go to Dollywood the next day. That was our big Dollywood day. We do the cinnamon bread and all that stuff. Well, before we get going, we're in the front entrance. We start walking to like one of the rides because my buddy Jeff really wanted to ride all the rides. We start going to the ride. He was the big gung-ho ride guy. Okay. My buddy Scott didn't want to ride anything. He was like, I want to ride 0 roller coasters. So... and then me and David were kind of in the middle. Like, we didn't want to ride anything that was too crazy and went upside down, but we were willing to ride the stuff that was not, which is why we ended up on Thunderhead Mountain or whatever that thing was. So we start to kind of go off into the park, and then I'm like, no, let's take a let's take a group photo in front of the entrance to Dollywood. Let's take a big selfie. Okay, cool. Guess who appears?
No.
John and Eric.
At another location.
At Dollywood. Now we knew.
Talked about that.
Now we knew we were all going to Dollywood that day. But no time. No, hey, let's meet up here. None of that. They just appeared, Rogers, and we all took a group photo in front of Dollywood.
Crazy.
Like, how weird is that? Like, how incredibly bizarre is it to just run into the same two guys multiple times? It was so bizarre. So we go to Dollywood. We do all that, cinnamon bread. We rode they have an actual coal-fired steam engine, Rogers, like a train. And very popular because we got there, that goes off every hour on the hour. We got there about 15 minutes before the hour, and it was already packed. So we get on the train, steam, coal-fired steam engine. They're like, hey, be careful because you might get like an ember in your eye or like, something burning in your eye because it's a legitimate coal engine. It's like a real engine. We get on there, and let me tell you something, my friend. That's the worst ride I've ever been on in my entire life. It was terrible. Like, it was cool, right? Hey, a steam engine, yay, coal-fired, that's cool, it's neat. You go in like a half-mile circle, but you don't even go around the park. You go like through one part of the park, and they like shut the gates, and you can see people. Turns out our buddy Jeff was there because he was still riding roller coasters. He wasn't on the train with us, and he just happened to be there. And we like waving at him. We can see him. He's like 5 feet away from us. So we go kind of through the park, and then it makes just sort of a little like U-turn, and we come right back down the same track that we just went on, right back to the station. That's free. You don't cost anything, but it was terrible. It was like a 20-minute ride, and it sucked. Like, it really did. It was, again, cool, the steam engine and it's an old train and all that stuff. Like, that's neat. Right? That stuff's neat. We took a picture in front of it. Me and Scott and David took a picture in front of the old. I mean, it's literally, there's a guy in there who's.
One that used to be out at Ford Park.
Yeah, no, there's literally a guy shoveling coal into it. But it was awful.
It was awful.
Like, it was just a terrible ride. So we leave Dollywood. That was our last big adventure. We went back into Pigeon Forge. We did an escape room, which we set apparently a top 10 time in the country for that escape room because we were that good. Which I kind of also feel like I feel like if you have finished the escape room too fast, that you kind of, it's like, okay, well, we didn't get our money's worth. We finished too fast. We finished in 33 minutes or whatever of the hour. So I felt like we did it too fast. Anyway, we did Dollywood. We did that. There was another roller coaster that was outside of Dollywood, which I really enjoyed, called the Rocky Top Coaster. And you're basically like it's almost like you're in one of those old school go-karts, like where your feet are in front of you, with the pedals and stuff. But you have handbrakes. And basically, it's like not powered in any way. You like climb up a hill. There's like a rope pulley system, like a cable pulley system that pulls you to the top of the hill. Then you go down. Gravity takes you around. It's pretty fast. Then you go up another hill and you go down and around. You go up another hill. So you do that like 4 times, and that's the whole ride. It was pretty cool. And we had a caricature done by a caricature artist in Dollywood, and it was not great. It's not great. All right, and then Rogers, the denouement, the finish to this. We get up the next morning. Jeff is riding with me. We are going to Birmingham. He's going to fly to Houston from Birmingham. The reason I'm going to Birmingham is A, it's the fastest way to come home, Birmingham to 20 and, on that way. But B, Rodney Scott's Whole Hog Barbecue is in Birmingham. 3 locations in Birmingham. So we go. It's a beautiful place. Brand new building, gorgeous, looks great. We got the whole hog platter, which was a couple of different types of pulled pork, a couple of ribs, and the big spare ribs too, like big spare ribs. And then there was a slice of brisket, which was not very good. There was some beans. We did some beans and some mac and cheese. Those were both really good. But Rogers, the ribs were fantastic at Rodney Scott's. Now, he's won a James Beard Award. If you've ever watched Barbecue Brawl, the Bobby Flay barbecue competition, he's a judge on it. Rodney Scott's world-renowned for his whole hog cooking. And the ribs were beautiful. And I like char on my ribs, and they're done over the pit, like over the flame. So they get that char on them, they get that good. I love that. I love that char. So Rodney Scott's Whole Hog Barbecue, and then Rogers, it was 7 hours home. And I got home about 8 o'clock on Thursday night.
Oh, Thursday.
Yeah. Didn't come in and do a show on Friday. I had the week off, Rogers. I wasn't. Sorry, guys. Missed out on what could have been amazing Friday show. But no. So do that. So on top of Neyland Stadium, Austin Peay's new arena, SEC Network, met Todd Blackledge, whitewater rafting. So we did all kind of sports stuff while I was out there. We did some bowling. We did some top golf. We did some putt-putt. I had the most holes in one. And I had one, Rogers, where I missed, it was one of those where you have to, hit it up a hill to the hole, and then it rolls back down to you if you miss. So it rolled back down to me. I had a long putt. My buddy goes, $20, you can't make it. Jarred that thing. $20 in my pocket. Let's go. I got a bunch of sour straws with it, too. It was some of the best money I've ever earned. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show. Your texts and calls and whatever else you want to get to us, holla. We'll be back.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
At Rejuvame, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuvame. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuvame.
Now boarding nonstop flights coast to coast from Shreveport Regional Airport.
That's right. This summer, you can fly nonstop to Los Angeles, California, or to the beach in sunny Destin, Florida, or to family fun in Orlando, Florida from Shreveport Regional Airport. Great low fares are available right now on flights all summer long. Book your tickets at Allegiant.com. Shreveport Regional Airport. More flights to more destinations more often, coast to coast.
The future depends on teachers who are reinventing the classroom and starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And did we mention it's aluminum free? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 500 and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code 500. LumeDeodorant.com, code 500 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 500.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
The biggest pop culture event of the year is almost here. Shreveport's Comic-Con GeekCon returns this August. Coming back to the Shreveport Convention Center August 18th through the 20th. Meet legendary filmmaker Kevin Smith.
Hey, Louisiana, it's me, Kevin Smith, and I am coming to GeekCon. I'm going to be there geeking out with y'all, taking pictures, signing stuff, right in Shreveport, kids. Shreveport, Louisiana. I'll see you there.
Tickets are on sale now at Eventbrite and at geekcon.com. You can also buy tickets in person at Excalibur Comics on East 70th in Shreveport and Gamers XP on Shreveport Barksdale Highway in Shreve City. You can get autographs and take pictures with stars from WWE, Disney, Star Wars, the cast of Steven Universe, and more. See the complete lineup and get your tickets at geekcon.com. Shreveport's Comic-Con is back this August. Find all the details at geekcon.com.
Tiger weather now.
Some hot temperatures, but lower dew points, so hopefully we will not see those heat advisories, but we're still looking at some blistering temperatures. Now, for today, pretty much on average, mid-90s with sunshine. Tonight, clear. Overnight, low 74. Tomorrow, sunny, going up to 98, and then upper 90s again Wednesday. Jeff Eno at the Weather Channel.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. I think I always get this one confused. I always think this is Kajagoogoo, but it's not, right? Who is it? Baltimora, that's right. Kajagoogoo was too shy to shy, hush, hush, eye to eye. Yeah. Yes. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. My guy's Rogers. I'm Patrick. Feel free to give us a shout. Couple of ways you can do that. 318-320-1130. 318-320-1130. Or you can text us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-6570-HAM, 318-657-0426. A couple of texts. Rusty the Friendly Janitor says, I've eaten at the Bodacious Barbecue in Longview. Is it in any correlation with the one I passed in Bossier City? Also, do they have fall-off-the-bone ribs? One, the Bodacious franchises in Texas are not related to the Bodacious franchises in Louisiana. So, no, there is no correlation between them. Then, so do they have fall-off-the-bone ribs? Well, I hope not. Because, that'd be bad. Fall-off-the-bone ribs, bad. A rib that you can take a bite out of and the entire meat does not come off the bone, good. Double J said, I keep putting off my trip to the mainland based upon when I receive my gift certificate. Just saying. Sorry, Double J. Still love you. 318 said, went to Dollywood last year, was super impressed, loved the rides. Yeah, the rides were better than I expected. I did not expect it to be kind of a real, roller coaster sort of place. I thought it was a little confusing to get around in. I thought something I had the app, had the Dollywood app, So, I had like the virtual map where it shows you where you are at all times and you can kind of track where you're walking. But I thought it was a little confusing, even though it's kind of just a circle. It's not really like it's not like there's a lot of branches. You go dead end. I mean, you're kind of always moving around, but I thought it was a little bit confusing. But overall, I was very impressed. The cinnamon bread was really good. Basically, if anyone's ever made monkey bread, I don't know, Roger, if you've ever done monkey bread before. It's basically biscuit dough. So monkey bread is basically biscuit dough that you like pull off in little balls, kind of, and you put them in. My sister uses one of those cake pans, those like round like bundt cake type pans, and so she'll put them. So you set it upside down. You put like you pull off. You take like a can of Pillsbury biscuits or whatever. You pull off chunks of them, put them in there, and then you cover it with like a butter cinnamon, sauce of some kind. It's like butter and cinnamon and maybe a couple other things, sugar, and you put it. You like pour it over the mixture, and then you bake it. And the monkey bread, the little pastry balls kind of puff up. And it kind of bakes in the cinnamon and stuff. It's really good. Well, that bread was basically a version of that. Instead of kind of little balls of dough, it was sort of, it was almost like, I don't say sheets. That's probably a little too much, but definitely, larger sections of dough that were kind of folded over each other. Then same thing. They pour the cinnamon sugar mixture over it and they bake it. So it ends up being, if you ever had monkey bread, it's basically monkey bread just in a loaf pan. But it was good. And it wasn't too, for a whole loaf pan, pretty good size. It was like $13. It was really, I thought, relatively inexpensive. Now, the one drawback I had from Dollywood, Rogers, is I went and got a chocolate shake at one of their little ice cream stores. And I go in and get a chocolate shake, but they gave me one of those wooden straws or whatever, the ones that aren't supposed to impact the environment, that like degrade or whatever, break down. Do not try to drink a shake out of one of those straws. It was brutality. And it starts as you kind of as it gets moist, it like kind of starts turning into, like it gets kind of mushy. The straw gets a little bit mushy and a little deformed. It was not good. It was not good. I was not a fan. Just, look, I'm all about helping the environment. Electric cars and all that. When they figure it out, like in Japan, apparently they've created a battery that is like half the weight of the big lithium ion batteries that are in the Teslas, and it'll go 700 miles and on one charge, and it'll charge in 10 minutes. Like when they figure that out, when they can mass produce that, then we'll have electric cars in a large way. But as long as it takes 45 minutes or an hour to charge up and you get 300 miles on a charge, like you were never going to be able to have that. Here's the thing. I literally just drove to Charlotte and back. And I would love to have an electric vehicle. It would not bother me to have an electric vehicle. But what's the infrastructure for me going from Shreveport to Memphis to Martin to Clarksville to just outside of Charlotte to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Birmingham, and then back to Shreveport? Like there's not enough infrastructure there in terms of electric vehicles for me to make that work for me. But yes, Dollywood was impressive. And Rogers, I paid for the photo on the roller coaster, thinking I was just buying that photo from the roller coaster, but I apparently enrolled us in the photo pass, where like every photo that you take in the whole park and every ride that takes a photo, you download them and you get them all. And I'm like, all right, well, every time we see a photo, someone that's taking a photo, like we got to go do it. See, they had like official people like taking photos. And I'm like, well, everywhere we see one, we got to do it because we got to get our money's worth at this point. So Rogers, that led to some absolute gems, such as at one point they said, hey, we were in front of the Dollywood sign, and they were like, hey, act like you're holding a butterfly. So Rogers, we have a picture of us holding a butterfly in front of the Dollywood sign. We also have a regular picture in front of the Dollywood sign. We have a thumbs up in front of the Dollywood sign. And then we went under this, like, there was like an overhanging thing. There were like kites kind of over the top of us. And they were like, okay, like, take a picture with you smiling there. Okay. I was like, okay, that's good. And they're like, all right, now take a picture of you all looking up.
They told y'all?
Yeah, they told us to do that. We're like, okay, like, whatever, we're game. So we got all those photos. And, of course, we got the photo of the photos that we, from the places. And, Rogers, I just want you to know, because I know you like to keep up with these things. On our last night together, we went to a place, like a little an Irish pub kind of place, which the food was delicious. It was a local recommended it to us. We go to the place, Rogers, and we christened our trip with a shot of Fireball.
Oh, good God. There's no way.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You drank one?
Oh, yeah, of course I did. Then I drove home. I was like, what happens if they pull me over? Am I like, what would I blow after one Fireball shot? Like, seriously, I would just, I'm 285 pounds. Though I have no tolerance for alcohol, a shot's not going to do anything to me. One shot. Hambone, what would you think? I'm just curious. Do you have any idea what I would blow, like a 285-pound man would blow? Like, what it would be like 0.01? 0.001? Like, I don't even know. Would it register? I don't know. Like, I would just be curious. Like, all right, I just consumed this one shot of Fireball. What would the breathalyzer get me for? High Rail said, did you ride the train with the steam engine? Yeah, it sucked. It was really, like, for the waiting, and then we're all crammed in there. There's like 5-6 people, a bench in this train. I'm like, why are so many people here? I'm assuming, I'm hoping they were all first-time riders, because if anyone went back and rode that thing again, they need their head examined. He also said, did you go across the suspension bridge in Gatlinburg? No, the only thing we didn't do that I wanted to do, I wanted to take one of the, like, chair lifts up into the mountain, or one of the gondolas that went up into the mountain, like the Ober Mountains or whatever. I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do the suspension bridge. But honestly, Gatlinburg was a nightmare. There was nowhere to park. There was nowhere to go. Like, you couldn't move. You couldn't drive down there. We actually, after that first night when we ate in Gatlinburg, we decided at that point we were not going back to Gatlinburg unless we had to. We're like, all right, we'll go to Pigeon Forge because there's a lot of parking. Obviously, we'll go to Knoxville. We'll go to Sevierville. We'll go to Dollywood because there's a ton of parking there. We are not going back to Gatlinburg, to downtown Gatlinburg. And I think we went through there once on our way to go whitewater rafting, which is where we saw John and Eric. And then coming back is where we saw John and Eric again before the next day we saw them a third time at Dollywood, just randomly. And now, Rogers, we're all friends on Facebook. Like, had no desire to go back into Gatlinburg. It was just a mess. Cookie Man said Dollywood was awesome. We went in June. Everything was clean. Food was very good for an amusement park. Yeah, we didn't really eat. We knew we were going to be eating after we left. So we didn't really eat anywhere. But we did have the cinnamon bread, which was really good. I had a shake, which was really good. But it was, it was just too much, man. Gatlinburg was just crazy. Oh, speaking of Kajagoogoo, Hambone always on his game. Too shy. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap this bad boy up. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger.